Thanks for joining. How are you?
Thank you.
It's
I'm good, I would say. Enjoying the spring or summer.
nice.
But basically, yeah, it's
Nice.
still spring. I can't say it's summer here. So yeah,
Yeah.
enjoying that.
You're in Poland, right? When did you join the PhD
Yes.
and which city are you in?
I joined in October 2023 session and I'm in Lublin, Poland.
Lublin. Ah, okay, great.
Mhm.
Poland.
Yeah. Yes.
Poland is one of the country where I have a lot of mentees from a lot of
Uh-huh.
sessions, right? So let's start with the beginning when you were in India, and
Okay.
then how did you
Okay.
find out about the mentorship? Which session
Mm-hmm.
did you join? How long it
Mm-hmm.
took you to then get to the PhD? Yeah.
Okay, so starting from the start, I completed my master's in 2019,
All right.
and after that, COVID hit. So it was like almost 3 or I would say 4 years gap in between. And
Mm-hmm.
in that time period, I applied myself in different countries, I would say. But eventually, I got rejection because, of course, the COVID was there. Then after that, I took help
Right.
from some other, not companies, but other startup that, help especially students to
Consultancy
get into
companies.
master's program. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
got it.
So I was thinking at the back of the mind that, okay, if I didn't get any PhD position, then I would apply for masters. It's good for me also. But that's quite a funny story because I was so fed up of all these companies applying and application procedure. I was so fed up and I was like, okay, this is the last time I'm going to apply. And eventually, I clearly remember around 12:30, I was just scrolling Instagram and I found your page. I don't know how. It just somehow popped up on my screen. And I was like,
This
okay,
was
just I was
last year or
yes, it
2023?
it was in 23. It was in
23.
23.
Yeah,
Yes. And I was like, okay, I'll go through, the whatever the profile is. So I was just scrolling and then I was like, okay, there's no harm in, sending you a CV. So I remember that it was just 2 or 3 days before you also mentioned in one of your posts that I'm still, looking for students so students can send me the CV. And I was like, there's no harm, I will send you. So I remember I sent you around 12:30 or 12:40 at night. And I was like, let's just see what happens. So I was like, okay, if you select, then it's good for me. If not, then I will see how it goes, or I will apply from some different company. But it was good for me that you selected my CV. And yeah, then after that, you sent me a message and we talked. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going with this procedure. So
great.
that,
Now you're here, you're doing your PhD.
yes,
So I think you
yes, yes.
joined 2023, and then within
Uh-huh.
1, 2 months, what was the timeline? Because I remember just after the mentorship, you applied and got into the
Yes,
interviews.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
it's approximately what, 2, 3 months? How long it was, or shorter than that? I don't
Uh,
remember.
it was not even 2 to 3 months because the position which I'm currently in right now, this was like, as you said, you can opt for like as many
Right,
PhD positions as you want, but I would
correct,
suggest that just look for the ones which you think that you have more chances to get
correct,
into.
correct.
So I was looking for all those things, and then I think this was just first or second, and in my first or
Ah,
second
okay.
chance, I got selected.
All right.
Yes.
Good.
So, yeah.
Great. I'm so glad it because generally there are a lot of misconceptions in India where the
Mm-hmm.
students don't even know
Mm-hmm.
these kind of opportunity exists, that there are fully
Yes.
funded PhDs opportunities are there. They're
Yes.
all worried about gaps in the CV, having a lot of research experiences, a lot of papers, IELTS
Mm-hmm.
exam, this
Mm-hmm.
and that,
Mm-hmm.
so much of things. And that's why I'm helping the students not from only the shiny CV from IITs and things like that. Like you're not from IIT or
Yes.
IIM backgrounds, right? But you're here in
Yes.
Poland doing your PhD.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this is generally how. when I was doing my European funded project in 2017, I thought of, okay,
Mm-hmm.
helping students. And then from that time, like 2018, I started doing this. I'm happy
Okay.
now. A lot of my mentees, like you, are around the world, especially around in Europe
Uh-huh.
at least. There has been some
Yes.
students who actually moved to US as well. So after the
Okay.
mentorship, they applied in Europe and got selected in two or three, let's say, interviews, got an offer,
Mm-hmm.
and then they thought, okay, things are working out. Now I know what to
Mm-hmm.
do after the mentorship, how to correctly
Mm-hmm.
write and apply all of these things. So they
Mm-hmm.
stopped applying in Europe and took the
Okay.
same method and same things
Mm-hmm.
and applied in US. And there are some students in the US now. So
Oh,
it's
that's
like US can, I mean, students can also pave their own path after understanding what opportunities are existing and
mm-hmm.
then how to
Mm-hmm.
correctly apply to those, right? So glad,
Yes.
glad it all worked out. So tell me how the PhD journey have been until now. What's the differences that you see in the student life or as a university life, let's say, because you
Mm-hmm.
have studied in India in
Mm-hmm.
masters,
Mm-hmm.
now you're doing
Mm-hmm.
PhD in Poland. What's the difference? How is it there?
Uh, I would say it's a huge, huge difference. First of all, to start with, just with academics, I would say in India, because I have my friends in India doing PhD also. So whenever I'm talking with them, they are like, "Oh, we have so many coursework for first 2 years. We just have to, do the coursework, and after that, we have to do our research also." But after coming here, for me, it was completely different because we don't have like coursework here. Although there are classes, we do have doctoral school, but most of the time it's so flexible that you
Right.
just have to complete your credit points and that's it.
Right. Yeah.
So for me, that was the big difference. And then after that, you are mostly working. I would say you are not a PhD student here. You are treated as an employee here. So you are basically working under a project and they are giving you a salary. You have fixed hours. So you
Yeah.
just have to work under that project. And
And that's,
after coming here, I
yeah,
learned so many new things. Like say for software programs, so many new skills, working in lab. So that's the drastic transformation, I would say, after coming here.
glad to hear. And this regarding being an employee, it's
Mm-hmm.
because this is also the difference when student in India thinks that applying for PhD means only writing random emails to random
Yes,
professor. But in my mentorship, I don't suggest to do that, and rather
yes,
we target
yes,
fully funded fellowships. And fellowship
yes.
means you are an employee with an employment contract, and then as you see, the
Mm-hmm.
working culture is very different because then you're an employee and you're
Mm-hmm.
specifically focused on the research, not
Mm-hmm.
more on teaching. So it's more on
Yes,
research and only for a few credits. Probably
yes,
helping in the laboratory might be something that you are doing and things like that,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Good. And
Yeah.
how is life in Poland coming from India? Which city you are from in India?
Uh,
Sorry,
Udaipur, Udaipur.
Udaipur, Rajasthan.
Yes, yes.
From Udaipur, Rajasthan to Lublin in Poland. How is the life?
Uh, it's so much relaxing,
Yeah.
I would say.
Not that
Because
running around here and
it's
there.
it might be contradictory statement, I would say, but it's a bit relaxing because you have fixed hours, you have your lab work, you have set timetable, you have your set okay work to do, task to do, whatever you have finished these, that's it, it's done. Sometimes well, because I have my wet lab also,
Okay.
so being in lab, it's like you have so many hours of working and then analyzing the data and then writing paper. It's a little bit chaotic and hectic sometimes.
Yeah.
But if I have to compare like life from here in general to when I was in Udaipur, I would prefer it's more, um well, I would say that it's a little bit not chaotic or hectic, but it's more relaxing for me.
Nice. And
So,
you met with some local people, you have local friends, or it's Indian
yes,
groups. How is the
yes.
cultural integration you're having?
In my institute, if I have to talk about just my institute, when I came here, I was the only Indian, or I would say that I was the only foreign student here because there was just Polish people
Okay.
only.
Okay.
So for me to get through this initial tough
I think I'm
first
losing you
culture
a bit.
shock.
The internet connection starts to have a problem, I guess.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Now it should be
Is
okay.
it
Now it's
is it
okay.
stable?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I was saying that, because I was the first international student here, so for first few months it was very tough for me to get through, those culture shock, and then also to adapt way they work here, to adapt to their according to their environment, how they work, how they connect with you, they are expecting from you being a PhD student or an employee when you are working under project. So for first in fact, I would say for a year it was for me, it was like, just getting through all those things. But then
Adjustment.
yes, yes. So it took me a year. Then after some time, when when you go through all these situations, and when you finally crack down that how to connect with the people here, and when you go into their system and crack all these things down, it's a little bit easy for you, I would say. And people here are nice, but there's a problem of, because most elderly people, they don't know English. They
Right.
only know Polish or either Russian language, or some people know German. So, talking to them, it's a little bit difficult.
Right.
But other than that, people are really nice here. They are helping. If you are facing any difficulties, they will help you. So yeah, it's
Nice.
better here.
Great. So
Yeah.
you're studying the PhD, you're doing the PhD in English language, of
Mm-hmm.
course. Your
Mm-hmm.
supervisor and working culture, you're still facing
Mm-hmm.
this language barrier in the work culture, or it's just in
No.
general life at university, it's fine. How is it?
Yes, in general, this is, this there is this communication gap, because at our institute in work culture, you have to connect in English. Oh, of
Okay.
course, there are so many Polish people, like I would
Right.
say 90%, 90 to 95% of them are Polish people. But when we have those disciplinary seminars, and then after that those official meetings, of course they have to be in English. And
Right.
supervisor and co-supervisor and other people, whenever they are communicating with you, they are communicating with you in English. So there's
Okay.
no
So that's
gap
not
in
an
that.
issue. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
that's
That's
not
good.
an issue.
That's good. When are you supposed to finish this PhD? So
It
timeline wise?
would, yeah, by the I think in September, October. So October 2027, I have to submit my thesis, and then defense would be, of course, in 2028. So
Okay.
that's
2028 or 7?
yes, 2028. Defense would be like later, but thesis I
Okay.
have to submit in
Submit.
2027.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 2027.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Cool. And
Yeah.
so you're now, let's say, planning any conferences or trainings that you have upcoming, any plans
Yes, yes,
such as
yes.
that?
So in my first year, I have already attended one conference, like international. So it was in Italy, Florence. So
Okay.
I attended one, but there are so many conferences and workshops, and most of them, they are two or three. They were in Lublin here, like it was arranged by our institute.
Okay.
But like upcoming in May, I have in one conference in Prague, Czech Republic. Then,
Nice. I
yeah,
was living
yeah.
in Prague. Cool.
Oh, that's nice. So, in May, it's in May.
Okay.
Then after that in June again in Lublin,
All
but in
right.
different university, of course. And
Okay.
then next year, we do have this exchange program. So, we are,
Nice.
yeah, so my supervisor and we are planning to, like you have to go for some time, either for a week or maybe for a month. So we are already planning that I would go to Germany for a month. So
Okay.
that. Yeah. And
Have you
yes,
already decided
yeah.
on the research institute? Which institute you're coming in Germany?
Yes, yes, yes,
Where?
yes.
Which city? Which
It's
institute?
it's University of Hanover.
Okay, Hanover. Ah, lovely.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes.
know some people from Hanover University.
Oh, okay,
Okay,
that's great.
nice. So
So yeah.
you have the plans of conferences this year until next year of
Mm-hmm,
this training
mm-hmm,
program.
mm-hmm.
That's good. These are the differences on doing PhD in Europe. If I
Yes.
summarized what you said, it's very structured. There is no language barrier.
Mm-hmm,
You're working as an employee. There is no pressure
mm-hmm,
of teaching
mm-hmm.
students and then trying to find time for research. Not
Yes.
all of that. Focused on research and then attending conference, already planning conferences for this year and planning trainings up to next year.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
it's a this structural PhD approach are under these kind of fellowships, and that's why I enjoy and I like when I mentor students and they succeed, and then they see that
mm-hmm.
this is different type of PhD experiences compared to what you can have in India or even in the
Yes.
US of having 7 years, 8 years doing academic PhD in the
Yes.
US is also very different. So
Yes, it
that's
is very different.
glad to hear all these things are going great.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing
Yeah.
these kind of series with a lot more other mentees as well. So in the
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
next week, I will be probably having this online coffee chat with other mentees as well. And I think one more also
mm-hmm.
from Poland. So one more mentee I will
Uh-huh.
have a meeting. She's also in Poland.
Oh,
Great.
that's nice. Yeah. I
Sounds
have
like good.
noticed,
Sorry.
yes, I have noticed that nowadays so many people, like students, they are opting for Poland,
Yes.
like
It's
mostly Eastern European countries. So it's
right.
good.
Right. Yes. 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 Also, it's the competition is different. Eastern Europe
Yes.
versus Western Europe when it comes to
Yes.
PhDs, and also the lifestyle and
Mm-hmm.
then living standard is a little bit cheaper
Mm-hmm.
when you have a salary
Yes.
job and you live in a country where things are
Yes.
cheaper. You might save a little bit more, things like that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So
That's.
and also student community is quite good. And one thing I
Mm-hmm.
also say to the upcoming students that, for example, Poland is one of the industrial hub in Europe. So once you have a
Mm-hmm.
PhD, for example, from Poland, Czech
Yes.
Republic, or surrounding countries, you can actually move if you want to. You can move to industry and after
Yes.
PhD as a scientist, because in Poland, all the top companies that are in Europe, they have one
Mm-hmm.
of the headquarters, let's say either not financial, but operational headquarters or the operational offices in Poland. So I've
Mm-hmm.
seen the rise of Poland since a long time because I did my master's in Poland in 2011 to 2013 from Wrocław.
Oh, great.
And
Okay.
I've seen the changes in Poland because I visit almost every year. My best friends
Uh-huh.
are from
Uh-huh.
Poland. And I've
Mm-hmm.
seen the changes in the country in terms of what was available at the time when I was doing my master's and what is
Uh-huh.
available now. It's a crazy difference
Yes.
that I've seen. So it's the same thing that I see when I go back to India. The startup
Yes.
culture, the companies, and the work
Mm-hmm.
culture in
Mm-hmm.
India, how it has grown. The same when I compare Europe. Poland was one small country in Eastern Europe. Now it's becoming suddenly industrial hub of Europe.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's advantage for foreigner students who are coming to Eastern Europe, and especially if you're coming to Poland, having a polished degree, which is valued in that country in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
It opens a door not just to stay in academic research for the postdoc, but also move to industry and
Mm-hmm.
join the
Mm-hmm.
industrial research areas as well. So
Yes.
great. Do you
Yeah.
have already any plans post PhD, or you're still just enjoying the the next 2 3 years of the PhD?
I think that's too early to ask, but
That's all right.
I still haven't made my mind, but I think I would go for postdoc, of
Okay.
course.
Okay.
But let's see, for in like I'm open to other options also, but for sure I want to do postdoc. Maybe
Okay.
industry also, but let's
All
see.
right. Okay. Cool. Lovely.
Yeah.
So PhD and then postdoc. And do you
Yes.
plan to do postdoc from Europe, or do you plan to go out of Europe, or no planning yet?
You know,
Just
No, but I have this thing in my mind. Well, I am not sure about US PhD or postdoc, what things are going on there. But still, when I look into projects and other things, and comparing the situation right now in US with Europe, I think I would prefer Europe first
okay.
because, of course, as you said, of the lifestyle. Then here you have ease of mobility. Like you
Yeah,
have so many network
true,
connections.
true.
You can move freely.
Yes.
And so, of course, the food and the food, the lifestyle. So all these things, when I look for all these things, I would prefer Europe than US.
Okay, I understood. Yeah, I also like Europe. I mean, that's the reason I'm
Yeah.
here in Europe
Hmm.
since 2011. I love Europe,
Yeah.
especially it gives a different perspective when you live with
Hmm.
almost no bar or the boundaries when you want to
Yes.
travel around, right? So
Yes.
I have traveled to more than 30 plus countries. Okay, there are inclusion of out of Europe, but
Uh-huh.
almost all the European countries I've been. And this possibility is only because there are no, let's say, I have
Yeah.
the Schengen card and then you don't need to worry about it. And then there are different cultures when you go across in
Mm-hmm.
different countries and then you enjoy that culture, the food, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle is amazing in Europe, and that's why I also
Yes.
prefer to stay in Europe. So
Mm-hmm.
great. You're planning to stay in Europe for postdoc, and we'll
Yes.
see then
Yes.
after that where life takes you.
Yeah.
But good. It's been great to connect with you. Okay. It's been lovely. We'll be in
Uh-huh.
touch. Whenever
Of
I come
course.
to Poland next time, we can catch up, have a coffee, because I think there has been, let's say, last time I tried to connect, but there will be another time. So I'm trying to visit again. I think
Mm-hmm.
somewhere after August or something. So I have some travel plans,
Okay.
business travel plans, but I'm making
Mm-hmm.
some personal plan after August. But the problem is my friends, because I studied in Wrocław, my friends are in
Uh-huh.
Wrocław. So whenever I go to Poland, I go to
Okay.
Wrocław.
Okay.
And I don't think there are mentees in Wrocław because I know. So you are in Lublin. There is one
Mm-hmm.
student in Warsaw.
Mm-hmm.
One or two is in Krakow. So different cities
Okay.
around in Poland. I
Yes.
have a lot of mentees who went through the mentorship and currently in Poland, at least
Mm-hmm.
five of them
Mm-hmm.
that I remember
Mm-hmm.
from 2024
Mm-hmm.
are in Poland. So maybe we'll catch up. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course. And I'm glad that, at that moment I found your Instagram profile and I sent my CV. So thank you.
My pleasure.
Because you when you told me about all these opportunities, and because I was not knowing that okay, you can look for a fully funded PhD program too, because as you said that Indian students, we always think about that PhD in US, like you
Yes,
have to look for supervisor, and if they are
correct.
giving you the opportunity funding or something, then you can think of that.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's always like you have those financial things to look for. So
Yeah,
thanks to
this
you,
is
sir.
it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. It's always this is the thing that's why I'm doing the mentorship, that not even a lot of students
Mhm.
knows that there are so many
Mhm.
opportunities which are funded fellowships, not scholarships. Because when you apply to these
Mhm.
random CVs, then you write to professors, the chances are very, very low that he will accept a student that he
Yes.
have never heard, never seen from some other part of the world where he's actually teaching master's degree and he can actually pick one of the best student from his own master degree
Yes.
program, right? So
Of course.
success is very, very low. And
Mhm.
these kind of opportunity that European Commission gives, there are tremendous opportunities with a lot of funding options available. Students
Mhm.
don't know about
Mhm.
it, and that's why I started the mentorship, and it's been going great.
Oh.
And see, you are one of them. I'm so happy
Yeah.
because imagine 5 years, 7 years, 10 years later, you'll be a scientist in some big, big institutions. And then I'll be feeling happy seeing your profile. Oh,
Mhm.
you have become a great scientist. I played a 0.1% part of that success. So it's also kind of motivating for me to help deserving students
Mhm.
coming from India, because I am from that background as well. And I know how struggling it is when you are in India and want to go out, do something
Mhm.
great, but then you don't see the path. So I just come up to show that
Yeah.
path. And then here you are doing everything on your own, living in a different country, enjoying life. So keep doing that. We'll be in
Yeah.
touch, and hopefully we'll see you around. We'll see where you
Mm-hmm.
do your postdoc. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Probably in Europe somewhere.
Great. Great. All right, Priyal. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay.
Take care.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.